Would you support Israel reoccupying all of Gaza as has been suggested by some Israeli officials?
Well, I don't know what the suggestion is. I know that we are there now trying to get people fed. That's what I'm focused on. As far as the rest of it, I really can't say. That's going to be pretty much up to Israel.
So that is Donald Trump giving the green light to Israel, which has been incredibly clear. This is not speculation. This is not conjecture. The official plan from the Israeli government is to eject every Palestinian from the bounds of Gaza and steal the entirety of the land. But Donald Trump would have you believe two things. One, that this guy who loved to talk about Sleepy Joe and all this stuff is happening and he doesn't know what's going on. Donald Trump, have you paid attention to his press conferences? He doesn't know about anything that's happening anymore. He doesn't know what's happening in Gaza. He doesn't know about Vance's Epstein dinner. It's all over his head. He didn't know about Todd Blanche talking to Ghislaine Maxwell. He didn't know about her moving to a minimum security prison. That dude is apparently, he would have you believe, the sleepiest geezer that's ever taken up space in the White House. Also, this guy who loves throwing his weight around on the international scene. I'm gonna tell Iran what the deal is. China's gonna comply with our economic will. When it comes to Israel, I don't know, it's gonna be up to them, whatever they wanna do. I just wanna get people fed, which is difficult for some reason that he's not identifying there, i.e. Israel stopping the aid from coming in. I can't do anything about it. It's just whatever Netanyahu wants, I suppose. But to be clear, all of his cover stories aside, he is giving the green light for the ethnic cleansing of Gaza. That's all that is. And this is not new. He has personally advocated for it before. He's going to allow it to happen, and it is indeed happening. Benjamin Netanyahu is launching a new military operation to occupy the entirety of the Gaza Strip as a prelude and pretext to setting up the humanitarian city where they're gonna cram 1.5 million Palestinians in like the size of Bridgeport, Connecticut or whatever. That's what he's working on right now. And Donald Trump is saying, you do you, boo. If you want to ethnically cleanse this land, I am utterly impotent to stop you. That is Donald Trump. Yaz, what do you think?
I think a lot of things. I'm so glad that you made that point about Trump not knowing anything, John, because I thought I was losing my mind. This man has no idea what's going on with anything in his administration anymore. Every time members of the press ask him about something, specifically dealing with some of the most contentious aspects of his presidency and his administration, he has no idea. Plausible deniability does not work when you are the president, right? He didn't even know about what RFK Jr. was up to whenever he decided to cut a whole bunch of funding. I believe it was $500 million from mRNA research. And I know that's going to be a big deal here in Texas where they do a lot of that kind of stuff. But it's also how did you not know about that? Because that was actually one of Trump's big policy pushes during his first administration. So also, I don't know why he would say, oh, I don't know, it's pretty much up to Israel. It's not up to Israel. Nothing is ever just up to Israel because we are the ones who are funding Israel. We're the ones giving them all of our money and all of our weaponry. It's not up to Israel, it's up to us. And it's up to some other players on the world stage, but a lot of it is up to us. So the fact that Trump is even pretending that he has no control over the situation is ridiculous. And everyone knows it at this point. Even a lot of Republicans are starting to realize that this is not a good look. I think there was a difference for a while between the left and the right. Nobody supported the United States giving money to Israel except for very staunch Israel supporters. On the left, we tended to think, that's a genocide that's happening over there. We don't want to fund a genocide. Also, stop giving all of our money to Israel. And on the right, they were like, stop giving all of our money to Israel because America first. So either way, there wasn't a whole lot of support for Israel and all of the funding that we're giving to them among the American people. But very undemocratically, the United States Congress and the executive branch, they just do whatever they want anyway. They know that they don't have the support of the people. They know that they don't have the support of their constituents, but they still do it anyway because they're bought and sold by AIPAC and everyone knows that. And honestly, it's embarrassing for them. It makes them look not like the strong man on the block, on the global world stage. But instead, we're just like, there's a tiny country somewhere in the Middle East, thousands of miles away from here, and they're the ones who are calling all the shots. And our president, our big, strong president, he's like, I don't know, like whatever they want to do, I guess they can just do it.
Yeah, 100%. No, he looks like a total failure.
Yeah.
I mean, it would be one thing if he was doing what he's done the rest of this time. Well, like, yeah, people can starve, I don't care. Now he's saying we're trying to feed them. Okay, well then in that case, you're failing. You're failing because Israel doesn't want them to be fed. They're stopping you, and there's nothing you can do apparently. Makes you look like a little bitch is what it makes you look like. Because when Iran was defying you, oh, we're gonna send in the bombers. Oh, we're gonna send the bombers. India's buying Russian oil. Oh, we're gonna jack up the tariffs or whatever. Netanyahu stops you from delivering sandwiches. I guess it's whatever Israel wants. There's nothing I can do about it. And again, whether it makes you look like a little bitch to us doesn't matter. The issue is that more and more MAGA people think that when it comes to your relationship with Netanyahu, you are a submissive little bitch, and it's more and more obvious every day.